This is the Object 777 version 2, a Tier 10 Soviet collector heavy tank, a vehicle that features a fantastic top speed of 45 kilometers per hour, great DPM at 2,900 even running calibrated shells, and to finish it off, a very nice alpha at 430. Plus, the vehicle also has very solid armor, especially for side scraping. Overall, this is by far one of the best heavies in the game due to these attributes and facets it's got going for it. In today's video, I'll be asking the question if it is the best tier 10 heavy. Now, on that question, already that's a very hard answer because of the fact there are so many different heavies so good at different things. For example, the Concept 1B is incredibly good at hull down high DPM playstyle. The Concept's got an incredibly accurate gun, it's got great mobility, 10 degrees of gun depression, and it can hold a line like no other vehicle in the game, maybe apart from a Badger. Because of that, the Concept definitely gets the role of best hull down heavy. And then there's vehicles like the 60 TP, which feature decent DPM with tungsten and adrenaline at their disposal, while also featuring a massive alpha of 600 damage per shot, great reverse speed, and a very, very solid top speed with gear oil over 40 kilometers per hour. That's pretty dang solid for what is a massive oversized heavy, being the 60 TP. We've also got vehicles like the M6O featuring a double shot gun dealing 450 damage a shot. So there's so many different heavies that I definitely cannot classify this as the best tier 10 heavy at any given role. But if we were to ask more of a narrowed question, like is this the best heavy for side scraping with the Soviet style playstyle, kind of like the IS-4, WZ-113, IS-7, then yes, I would be willing to say this is indeed the best heavy in the game for that specific role. This vehicle not only features great top speed, which we can see me using right here, but when you add that into the fact that the vehicle does have such nice DPM, crazy good pen, and a very, very nice alpha, it's just an amazing combination of firepower that even some of the best players are going to struggle to come up against. So we can see the enemy 2 in 10e5 has decided to play a little passive, which is completely fine with me. We've got the 100 in the back, who I'm going to aim at, and there you go, a nice shell into the enemy E100. And we also got that 183 rearing its ugly head. So for now, we're going to get into a side scrape and try and use the side scraping armor on this tank, and there you go. As we can see, the enemy 183 was indeed not able to penetrate our tank. That 2 in 10e5 made the wrong decision driving the way it did, and because of that, he's already dead. We can see the E100 in the back. I'm going to aim it on the turret cheek and get a nice shot for 362 damage. Just like that, we're up to 1,177 damage. Once again, the enemy 183 has managed to bounce us, and you can see just how good of a side-scraping beast this tank is. We got that E100 in the back. Once again, we get a nice heat-penning shell for 370 damage. Now, our M60 is making a rather stupid decision and is sitting fully side-on to the enemy team. What's really impressive is that M60 is literally not getting bled for that, which is honestly kind of a joke, because if that was me, we all know I would probably be plastered all over the wall. For now, we're going to play a little bit aggressive. We got the 100 off to the side, who we were indeed able to penetrate with one nice 400 damage shot, and because the 100 has decided that pulling forwards is his best decision, I'm going to flank behind him and try and get some free damage in. So that's what we're going to do. Let's roll up behind the C100, get a nice shell in, and this is a perfect example of when we can start using adrenaline. That Chieftain Mark 6 appears to not want to put himself in the line of fire, so we're going to get another nice shot into that E100, and hopefully the M6O is going to finish him off. Or not, I guess we'll find out, but for now, I'm going to aim in another shell, and there you go, nice 420 roll. We can see the enemy Chieftain Mark 6 is now deciding to run, and once again, that crazy good DPM this vehicle features is allowing us to get a fantastically easy shot into that Chieftain Mark 6. The Chieftain is now, well, let's be honest, screwed. So we're going to get one more shell into the Chieftain for 190 damage, and he's dead. We got the enemy Waffenträger Panzer IV in the back, and that is a very, very nasty tank. We're going to try and get a slap into that vehicle. There you go, nice 430 damage shot, and now we are already up to 4,269 damage dealt. I would expect this enemy Leopard to start backing up because that is pure death in front of him, but weirdly enough, that Leopard thought it would be smarter to sit in front of the Yag. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. We're up to almost 5,000 damage. We know at this point, especially from the fact that the Waffle just shot at the Yag, that he's somewhere right around here. So, I don't know if I'm going to get any more damage, because it's very possible when I spot him, my teammates are all going to beat him, but there you go. We were indeed able to penetrate him with a high explosive shell. Let's aim it again. We've got our HE loaded. Aiming, and fire. There you go. A nice 520 damage shot. And just like that, the Yag finishes him off. So, this first game, we were able to deal 5,700 damage. We were easily able to hold the hill and completely stop the enemy team from doing really anything they wanted to. So, 5,800 damage, 3,600 blocked, and obviously an ace to finish off this game with. As we can see, just in one battle, this tank is incredibly powerful, featuring all of these amazing strengths. As I said, it's got amazing side armor, it's got a great gun, high alpha, and amazing DPM. It's got essentially everything you'd want. And because of that, my statistics are sitting at 72% win rate with 3,475 average damage. Pretty dang solid stats for just another Soviet heavy. To compare the playstyle, we're going to be playing in the IS-4, which is a more beefy version of the 777. The IS-4 features a lot more hit points at 2,809 rather than the 2,400. It also features much more frontal armor, especially on the upper plate, and I would be willing to say better side armor due to the fact that it's super strong. It's not angled, it's not troll, it's just really good side armor. The best part about this tank is that it features essentially the same gun, just a bit worse. It has great DPM at 2,452, decent aiming time. Actually, the aiming time seems really bad. I'm going to be taking off refined gun, to be honest. I don't know why I have it on this tank. I must have misclicked, but it's got the same dispersion as the 777, as we can see. Its aiming time is a lot worse, but its on-movement dispersion is actually not bad, so because of that, you're usually aimed in when driving the vehicle. And mobility-wise, while only going at 38 kilometers per hour, it reverses 20% faster at 14 instead of 12. And it's not actually that slow due to the fact it features a decent power to weight, similar to that of an IS-7 in a straight line. So I wanted to really see how, after playing an absolutely bonkers game in the 777, now it feels to play in the IS-4. The main advantage I can say for the IS-4 is the fact that the turret armor is much, much better. The 777's turret has, well, 3 massive weak spots. First of all, you have the cheeks. And these cheeks are right next to the gun. You can penetrate them when loading heat very easily. The other massive weak spots are the 2 hatches, and they are massive weak spots. When using the 777, even hull down, any players that load heat can easily pen even the roof of the tank in most spots. Not only that, but if you do hit direct on the top of the hatch, you will always pen every time. The 777 also has a terrible ammo rack. So it does have some weaknesses here and there. Let's see how the IS-4 performs. Here we are in our second battle. Up against us we have 1, 2, 3 mediums, only followed by a single heavy. That is rather unfortunate, and there's just about nothing I can do. This looks to be an absolute disaster waiting to happen, judging that the fact they have more mediums, and I'm not really sure what to do here. It's rather disappointing to see our concept, which is essentially a medium, not going to medium side. I don't even know why our team's going to bother going to C, when again, we literally have a massive disadvantage on A side. But I'm going to try and do my job in the IS-4. In a battle like this, I can tell you for a fact I would much rather be in the 777 rather than the IS-4, down to the fact that the 777 features much better mobility on top speed and a much better gun for dealing with mediums. But I will say the armor on the IS-4 is going to be a lot more effective against mediums, and more specifically, the IS-4 is going to have a lot more hit points to deal with mediums and their increased damage per minute. So in this battle, we can already see the enemy 121 is in a rather awkward position and has to make a decision on what to do. I'm just going to drive right on over, and, well, I'm going to see what we can do here. E50 shoots me, but I could really care less. We got a nice shot into the enemy 121, and we're able to back up before he can really do anything. Alright, well, just like that, we're just going to angle our hull, get a nice bounce from the 121 again, and get a nice pen for 450. This is a great example of where the IS-4 does a super, super good job. The fact that the vehicle features such good side-scraping capabilities, as we can see, everybody's struggling to pen us, and the fact that the vehicle also features so many hit points just makes it so dang good. We can see easily here where I've been able to absolutely stop this Patton dead in its tracks, and as well, I've been able to stop the E50M. At this point, this looks to be just a very, very easy victory. There you go, 268 finishes off that player. We get a nice 410 roll into that patent, and it's already looking to be massively in our favor. We've dealt 1700 damage, which, to be fair, is not anything crazy, but it's a decent chunk. We get a nice shot into the enemy 183, and in 5 more seconds we'll have another shell ready once again. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get a shell into that 183. We're going to aim, though, and unfortunate, but that's completely fine. I'm going to send this Grill 15 at this point. Doesn't look like there's anything else actually around me, so let's see if we can get one pen into the 183 while we're doing this. There you go. Nice 300 and something damage shot. We're up to 2500 damage. And as I said, this is definitely a battle that playing in the Object 777 would have definitely been a better decision. Let's try dumping an HE shell into the Grill, which was definitely the right decision. As we can see, the Grill is not running Spall Liner. So there's one very easy shot into the Grill, and there's 2 very easy shells into the Grill. The M60 gets a shot in, and at this point I would expect that the M60 is going to out-reload me, which definitely seems to be the case. So, not a bad battle at all, but you can definitely see the difference between the DPM and mobility on the 777 and the IS-4. I can tell you for a fact that if we were in the 777 that game, we not only would have been able to get into position faster, but we also would have been able to use our DPM and gun a lot sooner. Because of that, we probably could have dealt easily 4,000 to 5,000 damage and an even easier victory. So, overall, the IS-4 is great, and the 777 is amazing. They do similar roles on the fact they can side scrape, use their hit points, and bleed without caring all too much early game, but I will definitely say that the 777 is the best Soviet-style heavy in the game, period. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.